That wasn't recording the entire time. I just filmed about 10 minutes of shit not recording. So let's start that over, shall we? Yeah, what's going on, fellas? Tonight is game 4, home at the Garden. It's Rangers game day. So I got some couple points I want to talk about from game. Wow, that's annoying. I just did all this. If there's always a problem, I don't know what it is, but there's always a problem. But I'm not gonna let it stop me. We're gonna get into this shit and we're gonna do it right. So game 4 tonight at home at the Garden. I got a couple of points I want to talk about. So the first point I'll start off with is Panarin. What to say about Panarin? He missed the net a couple times, had wide open nets, and those were just the shots. He didn't create too much offense. There's not a lot of space out there for him. Playoff hockey is a very different game, and he hasn't found a way to translate it into the playoffs yet. I don't want to say he's a disappointment because it's Panarin. He's a very talented hockey player, and I'm not going to overreact and I'm not going to panic. He's Artemi Panarin, and he'll find his game. He's not causing the turnovers like he was last year, so that's a plus. So he's not hurting the team, but we need him to step up a little bit. Second point, Mika, same thing. Not producing nearly as much as we need him to. Still not worried. He's one of my favorite Rangers of all time, and especially on this team. He was extremely hot last year in the playoffs. Carried us offensively through the playoffs. Igor carried us through the playoffs, but offensively, Mika was the guy. This year, not so much. He's doing his part on defense, keeping it, under control. But first line center, you got to start scoring, Meeks. You got to start putting up the points. It's going to be very tough to win without that, without the leadership of that. He needs to get going and he needs to get hot, and he has the potential to really get hot. I mean, he is an elite offensive playmaker when he's on it. We would blow by the Devils if him and Panarin got going. Two best players offensively aren't even going, and we're up 2-1. So that says a lot about our team and the depth that we have. But it's a lot easier if these guys got going. So Panarin, Mika, I'm expecting big games from them. They already know this. It's just I just got to talk about what happened in Game 3. They were pretty quiet. We need them to step up, and they will tonight. And those are going to be key players to watch. I'm expecting big things from them. So, because Mika, he shot right at the goal. I mean, the guy I know he's 6'5", and it's kind of hard not to shoot right at him, but he needs to not be in the slot on the power play. He needs to be where he usually is for that one-timer and make the goalie move because he has such a fast shot. It's a waste to have it right in front of the net where you know what I mean, where the guy doesn't have Schmidt doesn't have to move a lot, Got to have him in the right spot for that one-timer. And that leads into my next point. Is Schmidt mid? Panarin missed the net on some good chances. He could have had 3 goals. Mika shot right at him. Not my favorite spot for him on the power play. We didn't test the guy. He's, if all he needed to do was be 6'5" to be a successful goalie, then there would be a lot more 6'5" goalies. I know that's a factor, but I don't think he's not unbeatable. You know what I mean? I didn't see any amazing performance from this guy. And you would think he was. You would think he was Marty Brodeur out there, Patrick Waugh out there, and Henrik Lundqvist out there all combined into one goalie, the way the announcers were just sucking him off the entire game. I mean, it's whatever. Oh, look at that save. It's like, oh, all he did was like and they were just wowed by him. And then they would follow it up by, and Igor is just, Igor's Igor. It's like, what? What? Yeah, but who is this guy? Like, I get it, and I'm not taking away. Like, he's 22, first playoff game. He won, right? He won his first playoff game in overtime. That's hard to do. That's not a good sign for the Rangers. We didn't challenge him, though. We didn't put him to the test. It wasn't like this guy was diving all over the place, making impossible saves. I mean, we were shooting right at the guy. We didn't make him move too much. We need to make him move. We need to make the whole Devils team move more. We need to be moving more in their zone. Because that was not a good performance offensively. We really didn't challenge the goalie, and we kind of were just warming him up a little bit. That's not what we need to do. So, but I'm not taking away from the guy. I don't know if he's good or not yet. He had a good game. He didn't have a great game because we didn't give him a reason to have a great game. I want to give him a reason to have a great game. You know what I mean? I hope he doesn't, but at least that way we put it on. So is Schmidt mid? We'll find out tonight. I'm hoping we light him up. I'm hoping Zibanejad gets a hat trick, Panarin gets a couple goals, and just ruins this guy's career. Not a Devils fan. I don't care. So is Schmidt mid? We'll find out tonight. And the final point on Game 3 is: did the Devils find their playoff game? I'll say they definitely looked a little faster. They definitely found a way to open us up and spread the ice. Entering our zone, they did. They got us chasing tail a little bit, but they didn't do anything with it really. They didn't crash the net. They weren't in front of Igor putting up shots like that. Like I relate it back to the last year's first round a lot because it's true. Like Pittsburgh was lighting us up. When they entered our zone, we would go back and forth with chances, but there it just looked so much more deadly. It was so much more nerve wracking. Like when Pittsburgh was in our zone and just the way they attacked our goalie. I mean, and the way we just did not play defense at all, and it was just bad. And it was scary. And Igor saved us, a lot. Even with those games that he didn't, the Devils didn't have that kind of performance. They entered our zone a lot easier than the first two games because we were shutting them down at the blue line a lot. They couldn't even get in our zone, and when they did, it was a dump, and we'd break it right out. They got in our zone, but they didn't do anything with it, really. I mean, it was a 1-1 game for a reason. Igor still didn't get put to work as much as he has been in the past. We still played a solid game. We were blocking shots. We still kept them to the outside. We still had good breakouts. They had some chances, obviously. It's the playoffs, but it wasn't to the extreme where like they figured it out and they're back to their regular season ways. I don't know why people keep even saying that. They're never going to be back to that because it's not the regular season. They have to adapt. They did enter the zone easier, but they didn't really do anything with it. Again, their first goal was a power play goal. Second goal, overtime, was a great play by Bratt, I think his name is Bratt. That was a good play. Not much Igor can do. Igor could have saved that. I don't know. That was bad defense. We let the guy control the puck way too long. One guy to control the puck like that in the playoffs is a little out there. It's whatever. It's in the past. Not mad about it. It's just I don't think they found their game, which could be a bad thing. I do think they have another level to reach, actually. And the longer we stay in this series, the more they're going to figure that out. So we need to crush their hopes and dreams tonight and not allow that to happen. And if we play it defensively like we did in games 1 and 2, they're not going to ever reach that. Not against us, at least. Not this year. We did put Jack Hughes on his behind a lot last game, which I like to see. A lot of good hits on him. Keep up that pressure, but don't take too much away from your game just to stop one guy. It has to be a collective effort just stopping the team. You got to be a little careful. You got to know, but you don't want it to throw you off. You don't want him to allow the defense to spread out. You don't want him to open up the D trying to chase him down. So, yeah, that's about it for that. We have to, tonight, I expect big game from Panarin, Mika, our stars. Defensively, we need to get back to game 1 and 2. Igor is doing absolutely fine. Phenomenal series so far. We need to come out fast on them. We need to come out and score early on them and not keep coming out and getting penalties early. At our best, I think we are a better team at our best against their best. And our best won't allow them to get to their best. That's why. So I'm expecting a solid defensive effort, but I think we need to attack them offensively a little more. Again, we didn't have offensive zone time. We didn't make the goalie move a lot. A lot of shots were right at him, and I get it. Take as many, if there's no other play, get the puck to net. That's why I've really been liking Mikula's game this playoffs. Every time he has the puck, he's not fancy. He doesn't try to do too much with it. He rips it on net. Keep it low, then good things will happen. I don't think our power play was that good. Again, I don't like Mika there. I like Mika for the one-timer on the hash marks. I think they tried to force it to Kane a little too much. I think Panarin needed to get the puck a little more on our power play. So I'm hoping to see Fox split that up a little bit because he did. He kept going to Kane a lot, and they were pressuring it. They saw it coming. That's why Kane wasn't able to do much with Kreider. They shut that down. But that doesn't mean you stop. You just open it up again. You just open it up and find the ways. I don't think they were doing that. I think they were trying to force it to one side too much. So I would like to see Panarin get going on the power play. I don't know why. There might be underlying reasons. Who knows? But overall, though, individually, everyone's having a great game. The kid line is playing fantastic. The relentless line, I'm going to call that fourth line the relentless line because they just never stop coming at you with everything they have all the time. The heart is crazy. It's there. They're the relentless line for real. Second line, again, Panarin, just would like to see more from you. Tarasenko, Trocheck, definitely being a good agitator, but he's also not on the scoreboard either. You're a second line center, buddy. Strome, I think, had a point by now or a goal by now. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to do that. But Trocheck, step it up, buddy. You're playing great. All around game was, I think, solid. People were saying you didn't have a good game. I thought you had a great game. To be honest, you were throwing them off their game a little bit. But yes, the scoring needs to start. from those three guys specifically. Tarasenko doing his thing. Kane had a good game. A little quieter than game 2, but you can't have a game 2 every game unless you're like McDavid or Crosby or somebody. And Kane's not, and he's older. But key points of this game: attack schmid, mid schmid, attack the goalie with everything you have. Get the shots on him, make a move, keep it low, get the rebounds. Play a little more of that old school hockey. Get in front of him, challenge him, make him uncomfortable. You got to make. He's a rookie. He's 22. It's his first playoffs. Make him uncomfortable, and I promise you, he will start slipping up. That's just how it goes. Defensively, get back to game 1 and 2, and hopefully we could take advantage because they are undisciplined. They are immature. The Devils. They do take stupid penalties, and they take a lot of them. I mean, there's been so many power plays in this series, and that's happening because we're a better team. That's what happens when you're a better team. So if we keep that up, especially defensively, we're going to frustrate them and then attack them aggressively on offense. We're going to get a lot of power plays, and we just need to mix it up. I like Mika back in his original spot, and Fox needs to do his thing a little more with splitting that up, passing to Panarin and Kane, because it's just the perfect setup, man. So I'm expecting a big game tonight. It's going to be intense. The Devils are not going to go down easy, though. And again, they're getting faster, and they did start opening us up. I don't want to see that progressing, though. We need to shut that down this game, because if we lose this game, we're going back, even series, and then it's best 2 out of 3, and they have home ice. We can't give it back to them. We took it away. We need to earn it now. This is definitely the biggest pivotal game in the series, because if whoever wins this might win the entire series. We need to take full advantage of home ice. Our crowd needs to get involved. Fans do our thing. And that's it. So I'm real excited. I can't wait for tonight. I'm going to go over my dad's house and watch the game tonight. First time. We have this thing because like last year, every time I did that, we lose. So I don't know. I'm a little skeptical. I'm not too superstitious, but it's just a little nervous to do it. But it's definitely more fun watching with him. He's a smart guy too. He knows a lot about hockey. So we kind of talk through the whole thing, but it's just what we do. So yeah, with that, hope everyone enjoys the game. Let's get a win out of tonight. And that's it. This is the New York Ranger State of Mind podcast. God bless. Take care.